July 18th, 1984 was the day of the Hilo blockade of the nuclear warship coming to Hilo in violation of our county's historic nuclear-free law that was passed in 1981, being the first municipality in the United States declared a nuclear-free zone. So for 3 years the Navy kept sending these nuclear warships in violation of the law. So finally in '84 we said the next ship that comes in, we're going to have a nonviolent swimming blockade. And that's what we did, and we had 300 to 500 people down on the Hilo docks, and 3 of us entered the water under the understanding that the Navy asked the Coast Guard to declare the bay a security zone, a martial law area in effect, and that anybody who entered that bay in protest of the warship would be subject to a felony. So they brought in Navy SEAL teams and helicopters and speedboats and Zodiacs and 2 Coast Guard cutters to escort that warship into our harbor. And I was sentenced to 3 years in federal prison for that swim. Now, fortunately, I was kicked out after a little more than a year because of international protest. But I think that ties directly into today. We're protesting Rimpac, the Rim of the Pacific military exercises, where there's dozens of warships from 22 countries in Hawaiian waters bombing the land, the sea, and contaminating the people, plants, and animals of Hawaii in the name of national security for the world. So it's a real contradiction of values that sustain our life here, aloha aina. So we want the Rimpac stopped. We think it's a desecration of all that we hold sacred and all that we need to sustain our lives. The argument hasn't changed. The Chamber of Commerce that invited those nuclear warships, they're still trying to sell Hawaii to whomever. That results in the desecration of the land. So yes, things haven't changed, and we need to come to terms with that. You know, so in fact it's getting worse. It's one thing when the United States bombs Hawaii as an occupying power. It's another thing when that occupying power invites 21 other nations to come here and bomb Hawaii too.